We have the data structure, dot the method. So for list now, what are the data, its methods that are unique to a list? And just a quick advice, being a good programmer is not all about like how like cramming all the syntax or cramming how code to look. Yeah, you should know how it looks, but the most important thing is knowing what is possible, because most times as a programmer, even people that have been programming for years, you always check things on Google, but you know what is possible. So like now we'll check the net and say Python list methods. This will take us to documentation. Okay, data structure. As you can see you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
you can see. As you can see, there are so many list methods. We have append, extend, insert, remove, pop, clear, index, count, sort, reverse, and copy. So let's try out each of them. So we have dot append, adds an item to the end of the list. Let's see how it works. Okay, let's get now from our list of food, we got our values from 3 users, right? So imagine we have a 4th user that comes to our supermarket, and we want to add that person's best food. What we can do is to actually, one, rebuild the list, something like this, and add something like this and add the new food, right? Right? And this will work. Let's call this 2. Let's call this 2. So that if we print list of food 2, we have the new food entered. But imagine we keep having more users, which is the goal of any business, and we keep on doing this entry. We keep rewriting our code and adding at the end, which doesn't make a lot of sense because it's going to get tedious as time goes on. That's why we have this append. So what we could have done to make things quite shorter, just like the Zen of Python said, simplicity is better than complex. So what we would have done is to use list of food dot append and put in the new food, such that if we print new food, can we see? We have the new food appended at the end. So which one do you think is quite easy and quick to do? This one that we had to rewrite, or this one that we had to use the list method append? I want to hear your thoughts.
The second method when you use append.
Okay.
Yeah. Append method is Faster.
Okay. So that's why Python is quite easy, because the developers are always trying to make things easy. So the next we have is extend. And I can see here it takes in an iterable, it extends this by attending all the items in an iterable. What's an iterable? An iterable, from its meaning, is something that you can iterate, like you can loop through. I don't know if you guys are familiar with looping, control flow, like something that you can go through. For example, a string is iterable. Okay. Who hasn't spoken here since this meeting started? I've been hearing only two voices. So, Miriam, permit me to use your name. Okay. So let's say for character in Miriam, print character. Okay. Since we're talking about error handling, this is now we have an error, which is not a bad thing. It said syntax error, mixing parentheses to in call to print. Did you mean print character? Are you saying it's giving me hints that I missed parentheses when I was using print? So when you get errors, don't just say, I made mistakes. It's actually going to guide you to make your code better. So if you run this, voila, see it printed each item from Miriam. So this simply shows that Miriam is iterable, because we can go each individual element. So if you want to use extend, so what we have to do, for example, now we have a list of books in our shop. Let's say we are still selling books. List of books. Let's say the power of focus. Someone should give me an example of book.
The 5 a.m. Club.
The Father.
5 a.m. Club.
5 a.m. Club. Another one. The Richest Man in Babylon. Richest Man in Babylon. So this is another list, which is an iterable, because we can go through each item. For example, we say for book in list of books, print book. You can see it's an iterable. So let's imagine we want to join our list of books and our list of food to a list of all the things we have in our shop. Rather than creating a list and copying the list of food and copying list of books into a new list, which will be quite taxing, we can use the extend. So we can say this list of everything is equals to. So we're trying to append this list of books to the list of food. So we can say list of food dot extend and it takes in an iterable. So put in the list of books, which is an iterable. If we should print list of everything, okay, said none. Why is this? Okay, I think this does this in place. So what we could do is do this. Okay, let's see. List of full. Okay, so I'm saying did it in place. Let's refresh. You did it in place.